Hey guys, what's going on? This is Darth Arma again with more Raptor videos, Raptor sets. Him going up against very high-level players, and this particular high-level player is going to be Slayer. You guys might have seen him in throughout all the Injustice 2 Pro series, and even made it all the way to the finals, and had an amazing win over Foxy Grandpa at the IPS finals when he debuted his a good Catwoman. Versus Foxy Grandpa's Deadshot. I thought that was one of the most exciting matches of the entire day. Slayer going with Superman in this set, and he's going up against Raptor. Now, if you guys aren't subscribed to Raptor's YouTube page, please do so right now, as I'm not going to talk about anything for the next 2 seconds. Alright, Raptor's got Slayer stuck in this corner in a very, very bad position here, and Slayer decides to just backdash out of all of it, and now Raptor finds himself in the corner. Unfortunately, Slayer did not get a punish, however, he did successfully find the 1-1 scoop, which is the SoCal special, and the reason why it tricked Raptor into not blocking low is because 1-1 is usually followed up by an overhead afterwards, but instead of going with the overhead, Slayer decided to cancel into the low-hitting scoop. Very tricky stuff, but it is very unsafe. You just kind of got to test your opponent's reactions and see if you can deal with quite a mind F that is the SoCal special. Slayer backing off, looking for something there, and getting tricky with that low laser. Unfortunately, a huge whiff right in front of Raptor's Canary. I heard Canary's doesn't have footsies, but Raptor's displaying it perfectly here as he utilizes his prestige ability to understand spacing and whiff punish Slayer. Again, Raptor being very, very patient here.
It's sad how you've changed.
Bad idea to tick me off.
And Slayer does have the advantage here, decides to deal 15%, and I think that's totally worth it. Kind of thought maybe Raptor would use his one and only bar to try to minimize the blow, but instead goes for the rest of the combo.
You're asking to get hurt.
I've been hurt for years.
I'm not sure why Raptor didn't go for unclashable there. He could have went with a back 3, forward 3, but I guess he figured, you know, either way I'm going to be in one combo territory here. So maybe Raptor's just holding on to this bar to go into a Canary drop. Never mind, instead just goes for the push block, buys himself a little bit of breathing room, wants nothing to do with the advantage that Superman has after going into his character power. Oh, Raptor in a bad spot, Slayer goes for the standing reset, there's no way! He just took the anticipation that Raptor had in his head. He was just like, okay, here comes a combo, and Slayer just goes with a down 1 just to catch Raptor completely off guard. What an amazing play there by Slayer. Good, tricky stuff. I love everything that Slayer brings to the table. Not only his very aggressive and offensive play style, but his setups are just so, you know, he's so good at just thinking outside the box. Oh, big bait out there by Raptor. Unfortunately, does not execute properly, and he leaves a lot of damage on the table here. And that's definitely not what you want to do against Slayer. Goes for the Canary Cry. Full screen, or pretty much full screen there. It doesn't matter. She wasn't touching you. Going for some kind of tricky setup here. Goes for the dive bomb, the dive bomb setup. I'm sorry, guys, I was a little distracted with something that happened over here. And Slayer closing it out with a down 1. Now, when Canary does go for the wake-up forward handspring, she's actually not fully invincible. Right there, Slayer just perfectly demonstrated there that you can hold down Canary when you have her in a corner. It's more about like conditioning the Canary to not do it anymore once you keep punishing them. Oh, Raptor went for something. Slayer thought it was his opportunity to go in, and instead Raptor, you know, instead of being the defensive player that Slayer was expecting, Raptor just goes in with the jump in. And what a whiff punish there after the backdash. You know, that's the main thing you really want to do as a Canary player when you're going up against Superman. Your backdash is so perfect for dealing with forward 2-3 special. It wasn't right there in that situation. Raptor was just a little too early, or a little too close. But the backdash is a great way to deal with forward 2-3, making it whiff and then punishing Superman before he has the opportunity to block.
Here comes the showstopper.
Won't stop me.
2 bars apiece, and very interesting choice. Slayer decides to not use any of it. Instead, wants to give Raptor the opportunity to get some health back so he can use it for his own clash. Trying to go for the Injustice Shimmy there. Now the Injustice Shimmy, what it is when you go shoulder to shoulder with your opponent, making him think, okay, a throw is coming, and then your opponent tries to tech a throw that never happened. But instead of throwing, you go for a neutral jump, which leads into a full combo, especially if your opponent's recovering from a whiff throw or a whiff throw tech attempt. Both players he's just walking him down right now, and Slayer trying to catch Raptor off guard, but Raptor being very defensive and very patient. You know, now waiting for his opportunity, going for the scream, and I don't think that was the right opportunity to do it. And Slayer showed no signs of wanting to move, no signs of doing anything but blocking. Goes for the leap there off the interactable with the kick, and Raptor did kind of give Slayer an opportunity there to clash. However, Slayer was not ready and not anticipating it. Ooh, whiffing the sweep right in front of Slayer. Very dangerous stuff, especially when Superman's got a forward 2-3 that can lead into a lot of damage and a lot of reset potential. Didn't even go for the overhead attempt there. Slayer just interrupting it before it even becomes active. Slayer loves to challenge with that down one. Superman's down one, you know, it's one of the better ones. You know, there's a few that have better range, but you know, 6 frames, very solid. Goes to extend the combo. The Canary drop, but a huge drop. No pun intended. A huge drop after the Canary drop. Raptor. And just stuffing Slayer out with any attempt for him to start his offensive game, any attempt to close the space between him and Canary. And the delay wake up gets him out of that specific setup, but Raptor able to kind of recognize that and continue to apply his offense. You know, that's really the main thing that you want to start doing in this game, especially if you have a very setup heavy character. You need to recognize and identify when players go for delayed wake-up attacks. You need to also realize that when they go for delayed wake-up attacks, they have no access to... when they go for delayed wake-up, where you hold switch stance and you can get up a little bit slower, it's like you're playing possum and you're trying to mess with your opponent's timing. When you recognize that your opponent does that, you have to also recognize that they do not have access to the invincibility of their wake-up attacks. So, you know, it's kind of like, okay, he delayed wake up, now let me press buttons, let me put myself at plus, let me try to mix him up with a low or overhead. Because usually after delay wake up, people are looking for just a block or whiff punish.
Tap out if you need to.
Oh, hell no.
Slayer's got all the meters, he's got all the resources, decides to use 2, gets 25% back for his troubles. And he's on his way to building a 3rd bar here because of all these sweeping lasers. And I think that's the main thing that makes Superman such a great character in this game is his meter building ability. Goes for the standing reset again. Not sure if Slayer's opting to go for unclashable combos from here on out, but that's a good chunk of a life bar. I think that might be a little too early to do so, but Superman does have a lot of access to unclashable combos because of the freeze breath, because you can easily link into back 3 and you really don't give them an opportunity to clash. And that is all she wrote. Raptor on the board. Not sure, I guess we're getting like little cuts in and out here. That was the first game that Raptor won, but it looks like the set is now 5-5 if you're looking at the counter in the game. Pushing him all the way to the corner here, trying to get something to whiff there. Not sure if Slayer is trying to bait out a throw attempt. Canary drops over to the other side. Now Raptor does have his trait available. Now for those of you who don't understand how Canary's trait works, that scream that she just did, it works on 3 different levels, and you can see the progression of those Canary cry, scream, or the Canary scream, whatever it is. You can see the progression there at the bottom next to Raptor's meter. When the bar fills up, it goes up 1 level. The higher the level, the longer the range, and the longer the opponent stays stunned in hit stun. The blocks there by Slayer, knowing that Raptor had nowhere to go, and just attempts to cover the entire screen with that sweeping laser. That sweeping laser that just builds so much bar for Superman. The down 2 trading, and Raptor continuing the combo. What execution, what recognition, and the patience, and knowing all these strange little situations, these strange little trades that can give you damage. And Raptor's one of the better players when it comes to that kind of thing. Raptor deciding to challenge there. Very scary stuff, especially because Superman does have bar at his disposal. He can make it hurt if he decides to. Going for something here. The overhead does connect. The stand 3-3. Slayer gets it, so Raptor isn't able to take advantage of the block advantage.
Here comes the showstopper.
Won't stop me.
Which I'm not sure if that's what Raptor's looking for, but not too much combo potential there at the stand 3 from Black Canary. Ooh, and again, getting a very antsy and frisky Slayer to kind of go in and let go of the guard direction.
Tap out if you need to.
Oh, hell no.
We keep getting the same Clash quotes. I want more Clash quotes, okay? Everyone wants buffs, everyone wants nerfs. I want more Clash quotes. That's really what I want. So forward 2-3 finds its way all the way to Raptor's face as Slayer closes the gap perfectly. And again there, Raptor just utilizing and understanding Slayer's tendencies here. He's going into normal moves and canceling him into Canary Cry, because even if Slayer doesn't bite, it's still very safe. The back 3, Raptor ready to take advantage of the huge drop there by Slayer. Don't ever put the controller down, because you don't even know what's going to happen next. Even when you have a high caliber player like Slayer, any drop could happen, any opportunity could present itself. What a play there by Raptor. Screaming right out the gate, just giving breath for breath here is Raptor. And now his Canary Cry level's up to 1, almost to 2. One more level and it should be that very scary element that a lot of people fear from Black Canary, and her main footsie tool and her main means of whiff punishing. Trying to go for some kind of tricky setup there, going for the cross-up, and Slayer connects the dive bomb. And the reason that really messes with your head, and look at all that damage, the reason it messes with a lot of top level player heads is because it's the double overhead that just kind of, it's just super throws you off. And someone jumps in on you, you don't really expect multiple overheads there, but Superman gets to keep himself in the air and goes for a very unsafe, by the way, very unsafe dive bomb. And, you know, I guess it's worth it if it got Slayer that first round. However, Raptor is not too far behind here, trying to get something going there. Not sure if Raptor was thinking about interrupting that gap, but, you know, the low laser has very, very little block stun. So all the characters can actually interrupt anything that Superman does afterwards. Goes to the meter and breath right after Slayer, just getting rid of all his meter like it's candy. Using the last bar here, Raptor has no meter to utilize, no Clash to utilize there, and you can see at the top the shield and sword symbol is not there next to Raptor's level. Goes to the low, and a great block there by Slayer. Decides to go for the block escape to put Raptor back in the range that Superman's a little bit more comfortable with, and that's the forward 2-3 range. Huge combo here. Is he going to give... No, he's going for it. It doesn't matter. He's not going to keep it unclashable because he's got the meter advantage. Playing with the fact that he went for unclashable to clashable to unclashable throughout the same combo, and Slayer desperately trying to get something, but Raptor takes it away just because of that amazing decision making with the clash system. And that's what I love about Injustice. There's just so much depth to it, so many things to consider, so many mechanics to understand. It's not a simple game at all. The execution might be a little bit easier, but everything else about the game is just so deep. Looking for the canary cry again. Slayer doing a lot of neutral jump ones and neutral jump twos. You know, kind of trying to make Raptor flinch. Getting hit with everything here. And Slayer utilizing some meter. Unfortunately, I don't think it made any connection with Raptor because he was in the invincibility frames of the handspring. And Raptor tries to desperately get out of the sweeping laser range. And what a meter burn roll there. Now a great offensive mechanic in Injustice 2 is that meter burn roll that you just saw Raptor perfectly display here. And what he did is he forward dashed and canceled the forward dash by hitting the meter burn button. That gives you access to a lot of invincibility frames, and it lets you close the gap between yourself and your opponent so quickly that he was able to punish Slayer before he was able to press buttons again or attempt to try to whiff punish anything.
It's sad how you've changed.
Bad idea to tick me off.
2 bars apiece, and Raptor checking out using his 2 bars. Slayer, I guess, wants to just... Slayer... Oh, I'm seeing this pattern a lot with Slayer in the Clash mechanic. He likes to kind of hold on to things for his own Clash. He will spend bar to hurt you, but that's only if he's got enough bar to meet you later. Slayer's got 4 bars on deck. This is going to really hurt if he opens Raptor up. Raptor does have the level 3 Canary Cry. How is he going to utilize it? How is he going to use it right there on the jump in? Slayer couldn't help himself, but a big drop by Raptor. So unfortunate for him. Slayer does connect with that low laser. That hitbox extends so far out. I don't want to be anywhere near Superman's lasers. Nowhere near. And this should be it. Oh, he's trying to keep... I see. He's keeping him on the ground and went straight for the background bounce so he can anticipate the rollout here. Slayer does have Clash, but Raptor not giving him the opportunity to use it. And there it is, Slayer. Still down in this set, 6-8 as the counter appears. But, looks like it's 7-8 now. Might have missed another match. Goes for the forward 2-3 and scooping him down and just kind of working Raptor down all the way to the corner where he's got a lot less options. Superman can just kind of go in and out of the space however he wants. He pretty much takes away the ability or the usefulness of Black Canary's backhand spring because she's just going to stay in the corner and she's going to have some recovery frames. So, really easy to hold down Canary in the corner. The hard knockdown from the standing 3 at the end. Slayer doesn't know which way to block. He knows it's an overhead, just doesn't know if it's left or right. The Canary drop. Are we going to see a reset? Yes, we are. Slayer doing anything but just blocking. Possibly looking to challenge him with a down 1. Possibly looking to jump out of the situation. Or just didn't think a restand situation was going to happen. Now, restand situations are great because you take away your opponent's ability to not only get a little bit of breathing room and relax, but also you take away the ability for them to access wake-up attacks. And the hit confirm into the background bounce, a very important thing to have as a top player, knowing where you are on the screen, on the map at all times. Canary Cry going for it and meeting her in the air. Now this is what I was talking about, the unclashable potential that is Superman is infinite. Right there, Slayer baits him out, forcing a whiff there, and he takes out Raptor in that last game. Guys, wait, this isn't the last match, I'm sorry. But if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you guys can do so. You can follow me at Darth Arma. And for those of you who are new to fighting games in general, you can check out my fighting game tutorial. It's called Push, Block, Paper, Scissors. Now this appears to be the last game of the set. The set is tied up 8-8. And Slayer opting to go for the hard knockdown in the sweep. Now hard knockdowns, which I do cover in one of the episodes of my fighting game tutorial, is really the key of understanding how to create setups and understanding what situations you want to put your opponent in. Hard knockdowns are knockdowns that you cannot tech roll out of. So it makes your wake-up timing a lot more static and easier to predict. Goes for a jump in and catches the backdash. I guess Slayer thought it was his opportunity to get some breathing room, but Raptor's like, no way. I know how to get past this. I know how to pick up this combo that I just dropped. And it's called the American Reset. Goes to the low laser. Again, Raptor not really... I'm like 95% sure there is a big gap between low laser and anything else that Superman comes out with. I could possibly be confusing that with a mechanic in Injustice 1, where I know that was the truth, but I'm pretty sure it stayed over in Injustice 2. And that's a great way to really punish Superman's meter burn Superman punch. It hits high for the first hit, and you can just kind of low profile the follow-up hit and knock Superman out of it, like you just saw Raptor do there with the down one. Gets the back throw here. Slayer at a great advantageous position here. Never mind, Raptor finds his way out, but he does find his way out of the corner and into a full combo. Never mind, Slayer deciding to put him back towards it. And Raptor not ready to utilize any bar. Just kind of says, you know, let's try to block this pressure. Let's try to be a little patient. Raptor willing to take all these throws because he knows the one time that Slayer decides to shimmy, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. And Slayer's got the bar to make it hurt. Not only make it hurt, but also unclashable. Goes for the trait, and no! Superman very plus after that situation. I guess Raptor might have... He should have picked it at a better spot. There's no nice way to say it. He was ready to just pull the trigger at the next opportunity, and it wasn't a great one. And Slayer recognizing that, backing off, and sweeping with those eye lasers. Again, guys, I'm Darth Arma. Thank you so much. If you guys aren't subscribed to Raptor's YouTube already, be sure to do so because there's a lot of great content coming this way.